Are y'all ready over there? Let's go, boys and girls. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday. And you guessed it, I got my tacos for life shirt on today, boys and girls, because this Transformation Tuesday, formerly known as Taco Tuesday, today, boys and girls, we are going to be, I'm telling you, today is not just about getting inspired. Today is all about transforming ourselves, not just our minds, but by truth, led by faith and fired up to take aligned action, guys. We're still rolling on. Again, last week been rolling in through the book, the Born to Win book by Mr. Zig Ziglar. And so we're in chapter 2 talking about a lot of the different things that we're going to be doing. And today, guys, it's going to hit deep. So I hope you're ready. I hope you guys are following along. I hope you guys have something to take notes on, or you're going to have to come back and watch the episode when you have a chance, when you got pen and paper in hand. But today, boys and girls, is all about deciding and stop dreaming. And one guy said, in order for your dreams to come true, the very first thing you got to do is wake up. Wake up. Vision without goals, guys, is just a dream. And so let's get real for a moment. Can we just really quick before we get into this episode? You can dream big all day. You can. It's a really cool thing. A lot of people, it's called daydreaming, right? But until you put goals behind that vision, you're just taking a nap with your eyes wide open, guys. So stop it. Today, we're waking up to your potential, aligning with your purpose, and transforming your intention into execution. You guys have heard me say this before. I've quoted a couple different times. Complexity is the enemy of execution. So we're going to keep it simple, right? KISS. Keep it super simple, or keep it simple superstar. That's what we're going to be doing here in the Fun Life community. This is the Childlike Faith podcast for the Christian entrepreneur who wants to grow and scale their business to be able to achieve the financial freedom they're looking for without sacrificing their time or their joy, boys and girls. And so if this is your first time, welcome. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. This is where all the cool kid entrepreneurs show up to get motivated, to get inspired, and to take the aligned intention and implement it. Because you guys know my man Howard Partridge wrote his book, Failure to Implement. If you don't implement all this visualization into realization, the linchpin, the thing that makes it happen is the implementation. And so I got to share with you something I received at the Ziglar Coaches Summit. I got a little frog. I don't know if y'all can see that. A little froggy. And little frog for me has always stood for, it's an acrostic, an acronym, right? Fully rely on God. That's what I love about frogs. Now, you guys know that I love the octopus. That's kind of what the logo is behind me here. If you guys can see this here, I'll remove myself so you can see the logo. Okay, maybe I won't take it off. I guess I lost the audio too. But here's the thing. You guys see the octopus. And then guess what I got? I got a little Jesus. Who doesn't need a little bit of Jesus with them? I love this. It was a little gift I got from Linda Merrill. Thank you, Linda. Shout out to you. Can't wait to be on that cruise, the business retreat at sea, which you guys know it's pinned at the top of my page. If you guys have a business and you want to get a business retreat tax deduction, come out to sea. We're going to the Turks and Caicos in November. You're definitely going to want to get a ticket. There's a couple of tickets still. I think it's like 10 or 12 rooms still available. So come hang out with us. Turks and Caicos the week before Thanksgiving 2025. All right, so let's get into the mindset behind Transformation Tuesday, because this is kind of where we start to have a little bit of fun. Transformation starts when vision meets structure. Ooh, boy, will that preach. So here's the thing. In chapter 2 of Born to Win, Zig reminds us that goals give you something to aim at, right? And most people don't miss because they aim too high and fall short. Here, they miss because they never aim at all. He said it perfectly. If we aim at nothing, we're going to hit it every time. So what are you aiming for? What are you going after? Ooh, let that one sink in for just a little bit. So you're not stuck because you lack ability. You're not. You're stuck because you haven't defined the win. What are you after? And again, at the end of the Ziglar Coaches Summit, Sherry Perry did a phenomenal job at helping us align our goals, right? It's kind of like that bow and arrow, that dream alignment where you're pulling back the arrow and you're aligning with where you want your dreams and your goals to go, and then you release it. You're able to let that thing shoot forward and where you're going. Because here's the thing, Proverbs 29:18 says it this way: where there is no vision, the people perish. And so vision is vital. Vision is key. Vision is important. But transformation happens when you take your vision and put legs on it, and you walk it out, right? We walk by faith and not by sight. And here's the thing, guys, vision is great. Vision is great. But if you only envision it, you're going to have to put legs on it, guys. So Zig tells, again, write it down and then you can run with it, right? A goal properly set is already half achieved. So be specific. You know, he always talked about being a meaningful specific versus a wandering generality. They're just kind of out in the universe. No, you gotta align it. You gotta get in direct alignment, guys. Here's the thing. When you do that, what you're gonna find out is that you're not only going to write those goals down. That's what I was doing this morning in my journal this morning with my coach yesterday. We were talking about writing it down, making it intentional. That was a whole word we had on our late night coaching session with our real estate professionals. And that was the thing, is you have to be specific. Write them down, review them daily, guys, and then align the choices to match your calling. The motivation is simple today. Write it down, speak it. Speak it out loud and then run towards it. Run toward it daily. Review it. Because if it's not written down, it's not a goal, boys and girls. It's just a wish. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. No, guys, stop it. My pastor did a fantastic job Sunday morning talking about how a shooting star or a falling star. No, you got to have your eyes set on that North Star of where you're going, right? It's not as flashy. It's not as, again, people love fireworks. John and Johnson did a fantastic illustration about the consistent candle burning versus those fireworks. The fireworks are cool, but it's that consistent candle that gives you the light to be able to show you where you're going, right? Even the good book says that that the word of God is like a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. I'm telling you, guys, we can do this all day. But here's the thing. Zig reminded us to fire us up. He said, when obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal, not your decision to get there. So how many times has life steered you off course and you had to completely change that? No, you don't. You don't. You have to. God gave you the vision. And believe me, he's going to provide the provision. That's what he is, Jehovah Jireh, right? The God that provides. But you've got to get moving, baby. You got to get up off the Goya, right? Get off your anatomy. This is try to keep this PG-13 every now and then. All right, here's the methodology, and we'll get out of here. Three power moves, okay? You're going to want to go ahead and write this stuff down. 3 power moves to transform your vision into goals. Number 1, break it down. Break it down into actionable, implementable steps. I like to use 90-day goals, right? The quarter, because where vision equals where you're going. When you start to have the vision, it gives you your mind map, your vision for where you're going, and the goal is how you measure it. Again, I put that down there. You can't grow if you don't know, under Pedro's Fun Fact that we're going to be sharing with you guys. Vision is going to allow you to do that. So ask yourself, what can I accomplish in the next 90 days that's going to align with my bigger vision? What's one clear result that I want to see? Write it down, map it out, and then start taking action. Because once you see it on paper, then you can start to kind of reverse engineer and how this thing works. And so start with the result and work backwards into weekly actions, right? Stephen Covey, I've got several of his books right here. And one of the habits is, I think it's number 2, begin with the end in mind. And so what are you going to do? Methodology number 2, it says it right here. It says anchor every goal, every single goal, anchor it with a why. Zig said it perfectly. If you have a big enough why, you can endure most anyhow. And so what is that for you? What is that for you? So before you chase the goal, ask yourself, why does this matter to me? Why does this matter to my family? Why does this matter to God's kingdom? And so you start to ask yourself all of this and then write down the answer and feel it deep down in your bones, down into the innermost being of your body. And that's what keeps you going, because the motivation is going to fade. Motivation is going to fade. Here's the thing. Mr. Ziglar said perfectly. Motivation is like bathing. We recommend it daily. And so every now and then you're going to get that stinking thinking, and you got to get that checkup from the neck up, and you've got to eliminate that stinking thinking. And so what are you going to do? What's going to be different because of what you're doing now? And so then you go back. This is the 3rd step. Review, reflect, and repeat. Review, reflect, and repeat. And I would even say reward, because what gets rewarded gets repeated. Review, reflect, and repeat. I know some of these things are not very flashy, not very sexy, but they work. Guys, I'm now down almost 30 pounds. because of my walking, because of my rowing, because of my bicycling. I hit my goal for the Ziglar Summit by 2 pounds, but I'm just that close to being under 300 pounds. And I'm telling you, at 5'6", that's not a good thing to be. That's not a very good thing. I went to the doctor a while back, and he looked at me and says, according to my chart, you should be about 7'3" tall. I fired him. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. So every evening, ask yourself, did I move toward my 90-day goals? Did you? What worked? What needs adjusting? What needs to be accounted for? And so, what am I celebrating? What am I celebrating? This is a journey that we're on, guys. Again, Mr. Ziglar said it perfectly. That success is not a destination; it's a journey. Or success is a journey, not a destination. Lamentations puts it this way, because again, we're gonna fail, we're gonna mess up. But guess what? Lamentations 3:23 says, "His mercies are new every single morning." Every single morning, his mercies are new. And so don't beat yourself up. Just learn, realign, and recommit, right? I like that. I like that thing where the football analogy where you go out and you plan, you go out and you execute. At halftime, you make adjustments. Is our plan working? Is it not working? Do we need to change this? Do we need to keep doing this? Start doing this? Stop doing that? Add doing that? A lot of the, and then you go back out there and implement. You do it again, but this time now with a new found experience of what does or what doesn't work. All right. 3 things. We always put everything through the theological filter, the psychological filter, and the physiological filter. And this is what's going to help out, right? God doesn't waste your vision. He doesn't. He wants you to steward it. And that means writing it, praying over it, and working towards it every single day. Luke 14:28. Which of you wanting to build a tower doesn't first sit down and count the cost? That sounds a lot like beginning with the end in mind, right? Kingdom builders don't wing it. They plan for it with purpose. You write it down, you align it, you reverse engineer it, and all of a sudden you understand that God is gonna, if God brought you to it, He's gonna bring you through it. All right, the psychological filter, right? Your brain thrives on progress. You're making progress. You're doing something. You're accomplishing something. You're going towards something. And so what's gonna happen is every little win releases dopamine. It's that feel-good drug, that success chemical that fuels the momentum, right? The more you do something, the more you're gonna want to do it. And so goals give you something to chase, to track, and to celebrate, and you get a kick out of doing it day in and day out. Right now, I'm on a streak. You guys know, those of you new followers that are just coming on, we've been going live every single day, Monday through Saturday, since October 6th of 2023. One guy told me one time, is it sustainable? I don't know. You tell me. I'm going to keep doing this as long as I can, as long as I have content, because I want to share with you. I want to give you hope. I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. I want you to go out and do the exact same thing in your neighborhood. Maybe it's not on social media. Maybe it's just in a nonprofit. Maybe it's just in your church. Maybe it's just in your family. But guys, there's so much more for you. You weren't created just to go through what you're going through right now. You, my friend, were created for so much more. And I need you to start believing in yourself. I need you to start believing that you were created for something so much bigger than what you're accomplishing right now. So again, just say it with me. Greater is He that is in me than he that is in this world. Guys, you were created for big things, to do big things, to help other people be more, do more, and have more. And you cannot, it's almost impossible for you to give what you do not have. It's Transformation Tuesday, boys, here in the Fun Life community on the Childlike Faith podcast. All right, we're going to share with you the physiological part and get out of here. People with clear goals, they just sleep better. They stress less and they recover faster. Here's the thing. Your body responds to clarity just like your mind does. And so give your heart, your soul, and a body a target. And you're going to feel the difference every single time, guys. I'm telling you, this is legit. Pedro's Fun Fact, I'm telling you, get an accountability partner. Kind of like the Toy Story movie. If you don't have a moving buddy, get one. If you don't have an accountability partner, you got to get one, because you can't grow if you don't know. And with Jonathan, my accountability coach for the physical side of it, has been a game changer for me. So again, here's the thing. Don't keep your goals private. I've kept my goals private in my physical journey for so long, and if I didn't hit it, well, nobody knew. Well, now it's out there. Now it's out in the world, and I'm telling you, things are changing. The mindset is changing. The physical is changing. The spiritual is changing. There's a lot of things that are changing, and I did it one day at a time, guys. And so here's the thing. If today hit home for you, if today hit you in the soul and you're tired of setting goals that never stick, hey, listen, johnnyjuan.com or go to funlifecoaching.com down below at the link, hit it, press it, set your one-on-one with me, and we're going to help you to be able to come up with a 90-day action plan, implementable step by step. That's going to help you achieve your goals, your short goals in the next 90 minutes. If you don't want to do that, you can go to funlifecoaching.com, go through one of my digital courses. They're on sale for $10 right now. Help yourself, knock yourself out. Or if you're like me, go ahead and just get the all access pass like I did whenever we created this thing, and you're going to be able to have access to so many online tutorials that Google cannot help you with. So again, hey, this is your playground guide, Johnny Juan Ortiz, here in the Fun Life community. This is the Childlike Faith podcast for the Christian entrepreneur who wants to grow and scale their business to achieve the financial freedom they're looking for without sacrificing their time, their faith, their family, or their joy. Hey, come back tomorrow on Win This Day Wednesday as we break into the third part of how to take this Born to Win book and literally be the winners you guys were created to be. Adios, amigos.